How you doing?
Ready for you, Mr. Butler?
Can I get your name and badge number? I can't hear you. You said what was his name and badge number?
Business card.
Y'all don't. Isn't y'all policy to identify?
Yeah, here's a business card. That's my name, my badge number, and everything on it, Mr. Butler.
You can't verbalize it for me?
I did. Gilman, 38. It's a business card.
All right, thank you.
Anything else I can do for you tonight?
What's the reason for you being over here tonight?
You'd have to file an open records request for that, sir.
That's how y'all do the public? You standing in front of me, but I got to go to file an open records request?
Yes, sir, because you're not an involved party in the case.
So there is a case?
You're not an involved party in the case, so you'd have to file an open records request.
Do you have a case number I can get?
No, sir, I do not.
Isn't it your policy to give the case number at least? So I can...
Unless you're an involved party, sir. Anything else I can help you with?
You got a supervisor I can get?
And what's the request for supervisor?
So I can get the incident number.
3038. Can you have a supervisor to my location? Mr. Butler would like to speak to him.
You know who's the watch commander tonight?
I believe Lieutenant De La Cruz is here.
Lieutenant De La Cruz?
I believe so, yes, sir.
Okay, we got an actual lieutenant on the actual shift, huh?
I believe he's here tonight, yes, sir.
Well, I ain't seen no lieutenants on a lot of shifts. The lieutenants seem to be doing disappearing acts on the night shift.
Not everybody works every day, Mr. Butler.
Is this a supervisor?
I believe so. I'll let you know when he steps out of his car. No, that is not my supervisor.
Sorry, not supervisor, man.
All right.
Stopping out with him. Hey, so the guy was over there.
Yeah, he was here.
So,
last time I saw him.
Last night he was over there for night. Like, he was from the actual window and he was in the window of the car. And I ended up finding over there at O'Reilly's. Back over here, combination. Talking on my face and just like cussing at me. Yeah, man.
They wanted him CT, but
He was walking in the roadway. I was like, dude, just down the road. I want you to get in my car. And he just kept cussing at me and walked away.
Yeah, that's pretty much so what he did to me
Yeah,
tonight.
I mean,
So I'm just making sure they get to their cars
Okay.
before he gets back.
I've never seen it before.
I didn't recognize him. But
Can't be his last name.
they have full camos, mismatched shoes, his boot on one foot. Which in the yellow shopping cart.
You didn't have a truck car last night. That's the yellow shop. No, you acquired a shopping cart.
Fire 38
I lost sight of him down just past me.
Yeah, I drove straight down Riggs here.
Oh, I'm sorry, college. That's fine.
Yeah, I didn't see him, so he on one side. Alright, you good out here?
Yeah, I was just waiting on him.
I was gonna let you know about the guy.
Okay, appreciate you. Y'all good?
What?
Y'all good?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Alright, if you need us again, just give us a call, okay?
Alright, thank you so much for staying.
No problem.
And who even knows? Like, he was here earlier causing all of that shit.
Yeah, well, that officer just told me it's down at McDonald's the other night in O'Reilly, so he's way easy now. I've been watching him. He's on the other side of college.
Alright.
Okay?
Alright, thank you.
No problem. Y'all get home safe, okay? All right, Mr. Butler, we're done. You're welcome to stay for our supervisor. You want me to have him meet you here?
Not if you can give me an incident number.
Well, again, you're not an involved party, sir, so you're welcome to file an open records request for this address.
All right, I'll wait for the supervisor.
All right, I'll have him meet you.
You know the supervisor's name that's coming to see me?
I'm not sure which sergeant's coming, sir.
Are you familiar with the First Amendment?
Absolutely.
What can you tell me about the First Amendment?
That would be my sergeant, Mr. Butler.
Okay.
Sarge, Mr. Butler showed up. Asked for my identification.
How you doing?
Gave him my business card. He requested an identification number for this call. I told him he wasn't an involved party, so we got to file an open record request. He then requested your presence.
All right. How you doing, Mr. Butler?
How you doing?
I'm Sergeant Montalvo. How can I help you?
Sergeant Montalvo?
Yes, sir.
All right, you mind if I get an incident number for this situation?
For which situation?
For this call right here that 3196 was on?
No, I can't give that to you. That's their issue. If you weren't involved in the circumstance, I'm not required to give you that.
But it happened in my neighborhood.
So
I'm not.
You're more than welcome to get a copy of that, but you have to do an open records request, just like my officer explained to you.
I've had plenty of situations where I came on the scene and gotten at least a minimum to track it for identification number. I think that at minimum is something that I should be able to get, whether I'm involved or not.
You are entitled to that, but once again, the procedures are you go to our records department, okay, and you can do an open records request. Okay, that's the proper procedures. That's the way if you want to keep track of these types of calls and where they're at in your neighborhood.
So what should I tell them when I go file an open records request?
Or tell them about the date and time that the incident occurred and where it was at, and they should be able to look that up and help you out with that. And they'll explain to you what needs to be filled out, if you need to pay anything for that information, all that stuff. They have all that information.
So let me ask you this: is there any? Because like I said, I've had these incident numbers given to me on the scene, and I was never involved in the situation. But you're telling me so there's no discretion or anything that you have the ability to give, or so that's just policy or that's law. Like there's no if, ands, or buts about it. I have to go down to the.
There's no requirement for me to give you an uninvolved party.
Right, I'm not asking for a requirement. I'm asking, is there any type of discretion that you have the ability to give me that information on the scene?
No.
You have no ability to give me that information?
Well, we do have it, but I don't have to give it to you.
But it's your discretion, though, right?
No,
if you wanted to, you could. If you had the powers to give it to me, right?
Yeah, I mean, I could just write it down on a piece of paper if I wanted to. But that doesn't mean that that's the proper channel. All right, because if I do it for you, then I have to do it for everybody else. So
but why wouldn't you, though?
Because the proper channels are doing an open records request, sir. Okay, that's the proper way to doing it. Now, if somebody has done that for you and given you the incident number or whatever the case is, that's on them and their supervisors. All right? But because the simple fact is that you are not an involved party, you have to go through the open records request procedures. Okay?
I understand.
Is there anything else I can help you out with?
Are you familiar with the First Amendment?
Yeah.
What do you know about the First Amendment?
That has no bearings in reference to our contact, sir. We're not going to have a conversation about the First Amendment. All right? I mean, if you want to talk to somebody, you're more than welcome to. I would recommend they do have classes that they offer, that they give you that opportunity to debate the First Amendment and things to that effect.
So are you the PIO? Are you the acting PIO for this situation right now?
I'm the supervisor that you requested to come on scene. That's who I am.
So what if I was Channel 5 News or Channel 25 News standing out here? You would tell them the same thing about the incident number?
Yep. They would have to go to the department and do an open records request for that information.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess that's it then. I appreciate your professionalism for both of you guys, and thank you for honoring your oath and respecting my right to record.
Not a problem. You have a better one, okay?
All right. Y'all have a good night.
You do the same.